Hello, this is Vader Fan for DailySWcollecting, and today I will be giving my thoughts on the Saga Legends line, which will be ending in 2012. Now, the Saga Legends has been a hodgepodge of good and bad. I say there's more good figures in the line than bad, especially now, but, over time, I think it's good now that they're almost ending, but I really hope that the new line, like Movie Heroes or whatever it is going to have some better figures. I'm going to start out with some of the better figures that I thought they've had, which is the Clone Troopers. The ones I got are Shock Trooper, regular white, and of course everyone's favorite, the 501st. Now, the reason the clones have been so good is mainly the detail and articulation. If you just take the white one, and they all have the same articulation, he has a ball-jointed head, ball-hinged shoulders, elbows, knees, ankles, ball-jointed torso, swivel wrists, and swivel hips. They're all the same. They all have the great amount of detail that we've come to expect, and they both came with a hell of a lot of accessories. They would come with like bunches of guns, which would be great for your army. These are like the ultimate army builders. I'd rather pay $8.99, not $8.99, but like $7.99 or $6.99 for one of these guys than like $9.99 and $10.99 for those other guys with the vintage collection. Enough about the clones. Another good figure that I thought... Oh, by the way, excuse my voice. I'm kind of got a cold. Another one of the great figures they've had is the Jango Fett. Now, this is the one with the sleeves rolled up, so he only swivels there. But the reason I like this figure is because he came with the alternate backpack, the one from Geonosis, and all of the removable armor. If you just take that off, you can take that off. I know Josh did a Jango Fett review. I just want to recap what he did. He can take off his armor after removing his head. Another thing you can do, which might take just a little bit of work, you can take off his holsters, which I thought was pretty cool. Another figure with great amounts of detail. Now, they released two versions of Jango, both of which, for some reason, I own. And, the other one's okay. It has its ups, and it also has a lot more downs, though. And now you have Jango, Apartment Jango. The only thing that's not really apartment about him is his boots. Unfortunately, he has the armored boots on, but overall, sculpt is good, articulation's pretty good, same as the clones. And it was a pretty great figure for its time. But no comparison between it and vintage. Now, while I'm talking about Jangos, let's break out the other Jango. I think this is the one that you can get in the Saga Legends. It has a removable helmet with a pretty good face sculpt underneath. He has a removable backpack with a dummy rocket. I believe it came with another one, I just can't find it. Now, articulation is where this figure just gets destroyed. He has a swivel neck, swivel shoulders, swivel hips, a swivel elbow for some reason, and another one of those weird swivel elbows that has no point, and no articulation in the lower torso. Swivel there. But, he has a lot of play value. That's what I think, because his holsters work. You can fit his little guns in there pretty well. And he has this grappling hook, pretty long string that goes right back into him. And I thought that was pretty cool. You can hang him from like a lighting fixture or tie him to Obi-Wan or something like that. But I don't think that's their best figure by far. Another one of their better figures was this guy right here that I just got a couple months ago, Death Star Trooper. I know they're releasing a new one in the vintage line that's going to be much better than this one. But for the moment, it's a very good figure. I actually have two of these guys. He has great articulation. The only thing that can make him better is if he had a better stance. I don't like how his feet are so wide apart. They should be more like that. I also wish he had a soft goods lower tunic so he could sit down. But, he does come with a gun. It's inaccurate, however, to the movie. They tried to make it more accurate by putting like the silver on the E11, but it should actually be the blaster that the fleet troopers carry. Another pretty good figure. The vintage one will be better, but if you just want to go with a cheaper alternative, this is the one to go with. Now, this was one that I got, and it's a great 2-pack, great value for money, the Battle Droid 2-pack. Unfortunately, however, they aren't tan. I really like the look of the tan battle droids from like the Clone Wars and stuff. I just think they look a lot cooler than the other battle droids. I mean, if you look at the Clone Wars one really fast, I just think that looks just a bit more classic Star Wars than the other battle droids. I like this one a lot better. But what are you gonna do? They have decent articulation, and it's pretty cool what they can do. You push their head down, and you fold their arms up, and it looks like they're coming out of the MTT, like in Phantom Menace. And he came with another one that has yellow on it as a commander. Another great army builder. Let's go to another bad one. Another droid, the Droideka. I'm pretty sure this was released in Saga Legends. I got it probably at the Revenge of the Sith. All it has is the swivel. These kind of move. Hinges there, and then hinge and hinge. But, you know, I have another much better version of this. Another gimmicky toy. I mean, there's supposed to rockets come out of there, and, like, he does this thing. I guess it's supposed to make it look like he's shooting. It's not a great figure. I don't like it. I like the red, though. And then let's go to another great figure. Another tremendous army builder. My favorite, the Stormtrooper. This is the Saga Legends Stormtrooper. He is a repack of the OTC or VOTC Stormtrooper with the perfect articulation, with the ball-jointed neck, ball-hinged shoulders and elbows, swivel wrists, ball-jointed torso, swivel hips, ball-hinged knees and ankles. Very good figure. This is one of the highlights, in my opinion, of the Saga Legends. He has a working holster, but, you know, Stormtrooper holsters never work quite right. And I think he's better than the vintage one. I mean, the vintage one is nice, don't get me wrong at all. I'd buy 1,000 of them. But the helmet is much more accurate. If you look, he actually has a little bit of white before his eyes meet the little black strip. Articulation-wise, this guy's not the same, but, you know, still a great figure. And let's bring out the final good one, that I have at least, Bossk. Again, Josh did a tremendous review on Bossk, so I won't go into too much detail. But he has like these nice scales all over his exposed body, at least. Tremendous articulation. Just, I can't say enough good things about this figure. I got him in a 3-pack with IG-88, a Snowtrooper, and him. Snowtrooper's another great figure that you should try to find. But, you know, another tremendous figure. Everyone's got to have a good Bossk. And then, this guy's okay. I put him on the bad side just because I don't like him. He has a really nice lightsaber. So, you know, well, Anakin doesn't come with a lightsaber that you can use for your Lukes. He has a ball-jointed neck, ball-hinged shoulders, ball-jointed torso, swivel wrists, ball-hinged hips, ball-hinged knees, and ankles. Now, you're probably wondering what's so bad about him. These swivel-cut elbows. They just ruin the figure. The arms on this figure, I mean, Jedi need to be able to move their elbows right. They shouldn't be like in these weird, funky positions. Then you can't get anything to pose with them. I mean, why can't they just do what the Obi-Wan and give them just the ball hinges? Would it really cost them that much more money to give them ball hinged elbows? I don't get it. Just get the one on the vintage line if you can find it, the Anakin one. I just much prefer the other one. I don't own it, but I've seen reviews on it. It's much better. So, final thoughts on the Saga Legends. They've been a hodgepodge, good and bad. You know, some much better than others, obviously. We've gone from, in my opinion, the best Saga Legends Stormtrooper. And then they released this piece of garbage, this Jango Fett. I don't understand why they can't just release a good Jango like Evolutions and a good Droideka or a good Anakin. I just don't get it. There have been plenty of redeeming qualities like the Snowtrooper and the Chewie. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Saga Legends, I think it's a 7 out of how good the line is, how good the figures are. I just think they could do much better. Vintage is obviously the best. There's just too much money, that's why I would give them a 9. But Saga Legends, if you're looking just to jumpstart a collection, army build obviously, that's what you want to go with, the Saga Legends. I'm sad to see it go, and I guess I'll see you guys next Friday. Have a wonderful week, and may the Force be with you.